guys, and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you are a first time viewer or you are relatively new, my name is Ellen Henry and welcome to the place for all things handstands, flexibility, and then circus and circus life. In today's video, I want to chat to you guys about building up your confidence to handstand and when you're first starting to handstand, and how to fall out safely and how to conquer some of those fears of falling out. So confidence when you are first starting to handstand is one of the biggest things that I chat to people about, that they would love some help with and that they struggle with. And I've got so many good tips that I will cover in today's video for you guys. So to start off with, I guess my first point is when you are first learning to handstand, to build yourself up to the full thing and trying it freestanding, because that's when it's kind of the scariest, when you're trying to do this new trick and it's really scary and you're doing it like in the middle of the floor, or you might be trying it on hard floor and you're like, wow, it's really scary when you're trying it on like hard floor and you've never done it before. So this is why I'll definitely recommend building your way up to that. So don't jump straight into it. You crazy people, you gotta, especially if you're scared, like that is a hard thing. Like, yes, you do and should get to the point where you need to like push yourself a little bit and try handstanding without anything helping you. But there is also like some great progressions that you can do to build yourself up to that point. My first couple tips for when you're starting out is doing things like the Froggy Balance, which I talked about in last week's video. I will leave that up in the cards so you guys can check that out. But trying things like the Froggy and just some of the beginner drills, balance drills, so that you start to get a feel of what it's like balancing on your hands. And then also other drills like the lying activation ones. So it's like prepping your body to do the full thing without actually doing the full thing. And so it's just like really good like drills and exercises that can help you to like start to think about what your different parts of your body need to do to hold yourself up. So a good video to check out if you don't know what I'm talking about for lying activation drills is this video up here. I explain all of these like wonderful drills that you can do on the floor that start to help you to work out what you're doing with your body. So check that out in the cards. And then also when you're at that starting stage, working on your handstand strength, so your wrist strength, your shoulder strength, and your arm strength will really help to build your confidence up. Because when you know that you're strong in your arms and you're like capable of doing these beginner drills, then you start to build up that confidence that you can hold your entire body weight up with your arms, which is, that in itself is so incredible. And once again, I have an arm strengthening workout video specifically geared towards handstand strength that you can check out in the cards as well. So check out that if you need some help in like the strengthening your arms department. So that kind of like caps off like the beginning stages. When you're then moving on from those beginner stages and you're starting to try some more actual like handstand drills, like some of these ones, I'll pop some up on the side. It's really good that you do heaps of drills that are like assisted, that help you to just start to get upside down and get that like awareness and like to get you comfortable upside down. Because a lot of that fear when you're first starting to handstand is the fact that you're in this like new position that kind of messes with your brain a little bit. So just practicing the drills, getting them done, and getting yourself comfortable upside down is the next best thing you can do for your confidence. The next stage, I guess, is that stage where you're starting to do stuff against the wall and maybe you're moving away from the wall. And it's so important when you get to this stage that you really focus on what your body is doing, and you try not to think about the like your fears and like maybe falling out and stuff, because that can be really scary. I know, I've been there. I when I was first starting out, believe it or not, my handstands were shocking and I would fall out all the time. And later on in this video, I will cover some really good ways to come out of a handstand instead of falling on your back or falling into a bridge. So stay tuned for those exits. They should really help you guys out a lot. But yeah, so up to that stage where you're starting to also like maybe try some free holds. And this is when the fear can really set in because you're starting to try it without any assistance. And while like some people might have a friend that can help them, that can like hold their legs, this isn't always an option. Or maybe you want to try it without your friend helping you. And that's why it's so important that when you are starting to do your free hold handstands, maybe when you're very, very first starting to try out and, you know, maybe you're a little bit nervous about it, maybe you go and do it on some grass or some acro mat, or maybe you like put heaps of cushions around you. So in those like first couple goes that you're doing, you can just kind of like allow a little bit of like comfort to surround you, like literally like with the pillows all around you. So you start to build up your confidence and your comfort doing your free hold handstands in a space. Now, while this is okay for maybe like those first couple goes, it's also, I feel like it's much better to learn the safer ways to come out of a handstand rather than relying on things like grass or acromats or pillows that might not always be there. And another really good point that I want you guys to work on when you're at this stage is when you're practicing these free holds is instead of focusing on that like that what if, that maybe that fear that you might like fall flat on your back, instead I want you to focus on gripping the floor, thinking about that balance and what your body is doing. Because ultimately, when you focus on what your body needs to be doing compared to what if I might fall out and fall on my back? Because when you give your mind that attention and you think that that thing might happen, that's when it's most likely to happen. So don't give into that way of thinking. Really try and think about what you've learned in those drills and any other good tips or cues that you've learned along the way, and just really focus on them. All right, I will now take it over to voiceover Ellen and footage of me teaching you guys how to fall out of a handstand at my gym, where I have a bit more of a nicer space and bigger space where I can show you guys just that. This is the juicy content of this video, so have a watch, see what you think, and get trying, have a go at these drills, and let's do this together. So first up, I'd just like to talk about the fact that sometimes people fall out like this into a bridge, and it is just, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not a great habit to get into. The step out, which is a much safer way and much easier to come out of a handstand. So it is very similar to a cartwheel, which I'll demonstrate for you guys. And then the other thing to try and avoid, which isn't as bad, is walking on your hands. So now I'll just show you guys what the actual cartwheel out looks like from both sides. Starting off with the leg that is kicking up first, that same arm is going to be the hand that turns out, as you can see from me demonstrating on the ground. Now it's quite a fast movement, and then I'll also show you the leg and the hand on the other side. I'll also slow this down so you can see it in slow motion, which should help you to get your head around this. So the first thing that you should try when you're learning this way of falling out is to just practice these kind of tiny cartwheels. They don't have to be high. Like, as you can see, my legs don't get far up in the air. So with the turn out / cartwheel out, your hips are actually going to be turning out to the side. So the hand that you are turning, that side of your hip is going to open up to the side, and that is when your leg will come down to the ground. So the next thing you can try doing is a small kick up to handstand, turning that hand and bringing your legs down. And then you want to build up your kick to handstand a little bit more, and then just keep on practicing that hip turn out and your hand turning and bringing your legs down to the ground. If this scares you, you can also do this against a wall. So you just walk your feet up the wall, and then once you're up there, you can turn your hand and you can bring your legs down. And then I'll show you guys on the other side so you can just see that. Once you've done this and you feel a bit more comfortable with that motion, then try giving a full kick up to handstand attempt. And then if you feel your feet / your legs starting to go over from you, just remember that turn the hand and turning the hips out and bringing your legs down to the ground. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you felt like you understood how I explained that. If you did or if you didn't, let me know down in the comments so I know, so I can help you guys out, because it's just some of the most crucial stuff for your handstand journey, and I really love helping you guys out. If you did enjoy this video and you like this content and you thought it was valuable, please give this video a like, because it really supports my channel. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing and hit that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And that is it from me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or your evening or your night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.